Right. Before we get into our most popular type of graph that we're going to use for numerical data, we're going to talk a little bit about stem and leaf plots. Alright. So in a stem and leaf plot, we record data values using the digits to the left of the rightmost digit as the stem and each rightmost digit as the leaf. Right, and this will make a lot more sense once we get into the first example. Again, underneath here we have our StatCrunch instructions. You can look for more detailed explanation online as well. All right, so we're going to keep going with this same example that we've been working with so far in this section, where we're looking at our values for our number of goals scored by our soccer players. Right, so looking at this, in this case, the stem is the portion that's over here. That's going to be our tens place, right? So we have numbers going from 9 to 35, which means we have everything between a 0 and a 3 in our tens place. If we had larger numbers, if we had 3-digit numbers, the first 2 digits would be over here in our stem. So our stem, it could be a 1-digit number, it could be, it could have 2 digits if our number is actually a 3-digit number, so on and so forth. It just kind of depends on the data set that we're looking at. Right, then the leaf is going to be the number that goes over here, and that's going to represent our data value. So if we look at, for instance, the number 9, right? 9 has a 0 in the tens place because we're less than 10, right? And our ones place is 9. Right, now if we look at 11, well, 11 has a 1 in the tens place because we're more than 10. And then in our ones place, there is a 1. Right, so that 11, right, that one is our tens place, that is our ones place. Right, we have 4 values of 11, so we're going to have 4 ones in here. Right, we have a 12, so we're going to have a 2 here. Again, the 1 is from over here. 13s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes. 14s, we have 3. So 4, 4, 4. 15s, we have 2. 5, 5. 16s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 6, 6, 6. 18s, 8, 8. 19s, 9, 9. Right, so most of our data values, right, start with a 1 in the tens place. So most of our data values end up, right, in this group with this stem of a 1. 20, right, we have 2 values of 20, 1 value of 21, and 1 value of 35. Now we can answer different interpretation questions that are similar to what we looked at from our dot plot earlier. Right, we see that we have 1 value here, 1 here, 3 here. If we count these all up, there's going to be 20 values here. We could answer different questions about the number of data values that we have, different percentages that we could find, and all those other similar types of questions that we can do for our other types of graphs as well. Right, but the actual stem and leaf plot, the digits to the left are always going to be your stem, digit or digits. Again, these could have more than one. And then each individual data value is represented by its rightmost digit, which is on the right, which is the leaf. So the advantages of stem and leaf plots, again, shows individual data values like our dot plots did in the previous example. Helps investigate the shape of distribution without technology. Right? This is a pretty easy one to jot down. Disadvantages, again, not as common as other types of graphs, our histograms, which we're going to talk about next, and our seam challenge that we saw in the last example. If we were to have a very large data set, we'd have a lot of numbers in our stem and leaf plot. So these are generally a little bit better for smaller data sets.